of the members involved in this channel have professional lives that we all lead and don't especially want to have our pointed political or religious views melded into those professions. Now this is going to be a fairly focused video dealing with the extremists on the political right from the Republican Party and their platform, the GOP's platform, that they're pro-life with no exceptions. Very few Republicans are willing to separate themselves from the crazy people who hold this political position. Now we'll just use a very simple example of a 20-year-old woman who is raped and is now, under Republican policies, forced to bear that child. Now we'll add another fold. The mother is now in a situation of danger, and we risk her life by allowing the baby to be conceived. Well, by Republican policy, she would lose her life for the unborn baby. Now yet another fold, maybe the baby has a pre-existing condition. So by Republican policy and former insurance policy in America, that baby would be excluded from coverage. Now we'll get really to the heart of the matter here. So now you have a 20-year-old mother who has died as the result of giving birth to a rapist's baby. You have one living parent. By Republican policy, with their family values platform, they would want the child to be raised by the rapist, which is the father, a criminal, hardened, vicious, violent criminal. Presumably the criminal, the rapist, would go to prison. If he doesn't go to prison, if the Republicans would perhaps like to commute his rape sentence so that he could raise the rape baby, that would be another alternative. But we're still stuck with who raises the child. So you now have no mother. Presumably she had a job, probably an apartment, many different assets, but now she's dead. So you now have the child on its own, the product of a rapist, a violent criminal. So you have the option of having the rapist raise it or some other party. Now, the mother who would have supported the child through means of her own, now you've got a different situation. You have the child out there and no one making money to pay for that child. No one of consequence as a parent. So what do? Who pays for it? Well, Republicans don't like to pay for anything. They want to get rid of welfare. So now you're stuck with all these different considerations. Maybe that it might have pre-existing conditions, maybe cancer, maybe an illness that's going to cost hundreds of thousands or maybe even millions to treat during its lifetime. Who's going to pay for that? So you've now got all these different folds, and you've got another consideration. How moral is it? You've let a mother die, living person, and you've allowed a rapist's child into the community. Child may be innocent, we don't know, may contain some of the genetics of the father. Probably will. Maybe it contains the criminal genetics. So you've helped to, with Republican policies, help to further the spread of the vicious criminal genetics into the genetic stream. Oh, that's a good idea. More criminals, more rapists, then you can have more of the same thing, right? So with the GOP, it's basically life ends at birth. So there are some pretty significantly disturbed policies, and they have a great effect on human beings. Maybe the GOP should think about reality for a change.